I hope
see.
that's
Yes,
No,
this
that's
is
smart.
him.
That's smart.
Guys,
That's
look
smart.
at that man. Just
That's
before
smart.
we start, folks, welcome
Yeah.
to the show. We got
Yeah.
Slang, we got Tokes, and now we got El Hoopo.
El Hoopo! El Hoopo! El Hoopo! El Hoopo!
Hello,
Yeah,
Paul.
So you've
yeah,
told
man.
us,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
tell the people now what
yeah.
is going on. Oh,
Well, long
Indeed.
story short, I just told the boys here that I was, I am now the new host of the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast. And yeah, man. And so, yeah, you guys, please, it's so much fun because it's like I get to just talk hoop. I get to talk about the Raptors, and they have given me full creative control over however I want to do it as well. So,
love it.
yeah, man. So it's 100% just perfect. So
Oh, man.
please check it out. Go to Twitter. Go and catch me
So-
at El Hoopo. That's ELHOOPO. El Hoopo.
So when you say you have creative control, so anything you say goes. Like you are not on a leash of any sort.
No,
There's always a limit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm
but-
not gonna be.
No,
I'm not gonna be
yeah.
foolish about it. I'm not gonna be foolish
No,
about
no,
it.
no.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you have an idea, they're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're going to welcome it.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh
That's
yeah.
dope.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's dope.
Okay.
They're not
'Cause, you know,
censoring the damn thing. Yeah. No.
it just makes sense that they're coming to you, so they're thinking, okay, you're the guy, so let him be him, right? Let him
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
you. So
Yeah, man.
that's the thing we're
Yeah.
trying to do. So yeah, that's good, man. I'm very, very
Very
proud,
dope.
very happy to know
Very dope.
and be a part of that.
And man, it all spawned because of this. It really did. Because if it wasn't because of this and introing me to podcasting in general, then that would not have happened. I want to be every one of those old school flat screens in every barbershop. You know how they always have Stephen A in there.
Yep.
I
Always on the
want to
side
be
right
that guy. I
Wanna
want to
be-
be El Hoopo in every barbershop and every flat screen there is.
No Skip David. No Skip Bayless.
No,
No,
Yeah,
Skip
no, no,
Bayless.
no.
That's him.
No.
One
I
man
hate that
show.
guy. I
It's
hate
El
that
Skip,
Hoopo.
yo, that's another thing. That guy, like, does he do it
He's entertaining, though.
for?
Can't front on him.
No, that's the thing. Do you
Absolutely.
think he does this because of the entertaining factor?
I'm always miss my man because for the purposes
That's
of
dope.
a debate show, oh my lord, he's a godsend. Because I'll never agree with him.
Right.
I walk in every day knowing we're gonna disagree.
Right.
For a debate show, oh, it don't get no better than
Right.
Skip.
So why
It don't get no-
Of
wants to fight?
course. Of course. I don't even think he believes half the stuff he says.
100%.
I really don't believe I don't think he believes more than half. I think it's like
Does he go-
75.
He goes off the cuff, like
Yeah.
on some of these things.
Totally.
Like, when he-
Both of
when he-
them, though.
when he
Him
went
and
against-
Stephen A.
Well, I'm saying when he was attacking Shannon, I'm like, bro, you're going personal to the point where he
Yeah.
walked off. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's got to be a limit. But
That
they
was
said he's
weird.
untouchable. I mean, and it looks like
Because
he
he's
is
also a
consistent.
producer on the show.
Yeah, but you can
He's
always
also
fire
a producer of the show. No, you can, but it's harder. That's all that really is. The
Well, you're
network
right.
could fire anybody they want, but if he's a producer, it's a little bit more difficult because most networks would probably try to revamp his show with somebody else, but they can't do that with his show because it's
It's
literally
his show. Yeah.
his show.
Yeah.
They'd have to fire him and start a whole new thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a question for you guys though, off topic, but sort of on. As two guys who have trained people
Watch on it.
Yeah.
in the past, what's your philosophy on cardio?
We-
Do you do it the same day as weightlifting, separate days, not at
I'm,
all?
I, personally, I'm all for cardio. You need the cardio depending on what your goal is. So if your goal is just to get jacked and big and kind of sloppy and big sloppy, then yeah, you want to stay away from the cardio. But if you want to get healthy, look good, cut, the cardio is a much need. And I like to do at least cardio once a day, at least half an hour.
Oh yeah, me too.
I try
to.
to.
Actually.
And I'll do my weights in the morning and with even just a little touch like skipping or something with my weights in the morning. But yeah, that's my take.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. Like myself and Stein were talking last shirt we had. We were talking about fitness and so forth, and we were saying just do what you can. But if you want a certain level or you want to hit a certain goal, make sure you push yourself. And cardio, as they know, is cardiovascular exercise. It's there to help you maintain your fitness level
Yeah.
at a higher rate. So the weights help you lose the weight, the cardio helps you maintain that workout for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So if you
Mm,
do it on a regular basis, maybe every day, you could do it every day, just at a
Mhm.
short spurts, or you can separate it and do a longer bit of it on its own day itself. Maybe scatter it. It will
mm.
definitely increase your results faster. So whether you do it, I wasn't a big cardio guy, but now that I have the bike and I have knee issues and whatnot, I'm trying to do at least 10 to 15 minutes on the bike to just maintain good heart health.
And don't
That's it.
forget the 80-20 method too. So, well, just keep 80-20 in your head that 80% of it is in the
Kitchen.
kitchen. Because if
Hmm.
yeah, if you
Hmm.
if your eating's not right, it doesn't matter how much cardio you're doing, how much weights you're lifting, you're still gonna be sloppy.
It's true.
And
Yeah.
if you're eating sloppy,
That's true.
so yeah,
The
Very,
one thing
very.
that I heard recently that's actually making me ask is the some philosophies that doing cardio on the same day as weights, especially if you're working on your legs, is not good for your central nervous system.
You shouldn't. Yeah,
Mind
you
you,
shouldn't.
I've been doing this for years and I don't
You, sh-
feel that way, so
you shouldn't
that's what I'm asking.
overload the sensory system. Yeah, you shouldn't overload it if you especially do it on legs. But it helps. It can help you calm down your nervous system. So because
The cardio.
you're yes, because you're doing intense
Mm,
work, so your blood pressure and everything's going, everything's firing. But that
mm.
cardio, it's just a mundane type of thing. It could be boxing, it could be skipping,
Depends on the
like Paul
type
said.
then.
Yeah. So if it's something cool, it brings you down, but it's still doing the background work for working that hard. So
That
I
makes
that's
kill
all
sense.
I
really.
at my gym I kill this monster at the end. I do 500 feet on it. Jacob's ladder. Have you done Jacob's
Oh
ladder?
shoot, that thing
I
is.
always wanted it's broken at
Oh,
my gym. I can never get it.
yeah,
Man,
that's the thing. It's always broken at the gyms
ooh,
because everybody's fixing
Yeah.
it.
500? That sounds like a
500 feet.
lot.
Well, no,
Feet.
it takes me about 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes to do 500 feet,
Okay, okay.
and so but that's how I
You're going
finish
quick.
every workout. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
going
So I
quick because that's
I
5 minutes
always
fast.
yeah. Like
If you're
my
How
not
thing
many
is
calories do you burn?
see on
Or do
that I'm
you
not
chunk
counting the
that?
calories. So what I do
Okay.
is I start my workout with 15 minutes on the bike, then I do the
Okay.
weights, and then I finish off with Jacob's ladder 500 feet, which takes about six minutes, and then at night
Okay.
I do 30 minutes of cardio. So that's the whole.
Okay.
Wow,
The
so
whole
you're
that's
doing
your whole
doubles.
day? So you go twice a day.
Yeah,
So that's a
I
two
was
a
gonna
day. Yeah.
I
yeah,
do
he's
that
doing
some
2
I
a
do
day.
that during the summer usually. I don't
Yeah, I was gonna
really
say winter, I
yeah,
don't have the motivation,
summer.
but summertime, I
Yeah.
think I'm because right now, and because of my work schedule too is hard, but I would be doing the same thing. Only I do probably 20 minutes of bike in the morning, and then in the evening I'll do my weights, and then I'd stretch, and I'll crash.
Mm.
That's on my regular days. But if I'm going intense, like if I was training for a game or a sport or whatever, I'd be doing my weights in the morning, cardio
Yeah.
in the
Mm,
evening, because that's
Yeah.
when you're fired. That's the best, right? When you wake
I
up.
just started working out in the day. Like for the last couple months. I'm
How
getting
you
used
like
to
it?
it. I don't know. I don't know if I don't love it, but that's
Because
more about the
you're you
people.
you're used to the
Well,
evening
that's
life.
because
You need something.
your body's
Yeah,
was on a routine from
yeah.
previous.
Yeah.
So
And
You're
and
reaching. You're not.
it's kind of it's more about the people. I like an
oh,
empty
so
gym.
true.
I like
Mhm,
an empty gym.
mhm,
So it's
mhm,
more about that than the actual work. Because in a way, I feel better.
mhm,
It's funny. I
mhm.
feel better physically, but I also feel bored because usually I'll be going in the night. So by the end of it, when like I'm done work, I'm
Like,
like,
might as
what
well.
am I gonna do now?
Can I
Exactly.
have to tell this because you just sparked a memory. This happened 2 weeks ago. You just said because of the people, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, you're so right. So I came in the other day and somebody from nighttime decided I'm gonna try and go with the morning crew. I'm part of the morning crew, like the 6 a.m.,
yeah.
5:30 a.m. guys. I walk through the gym. I walk into the gym. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I swear to everything. This is what happened. I walk in. I look to my right. There's a treadmill over here. There's a guy on the treadmill. I swear to God, with his shirt off,
Mm,
wearing bright green biker shorts.
mm.
That's it. Running on the treadmill. Now, if I would have brought in my daughter, say, oh, I want to go see the gym. I want to see what gym you go to. And I brought her in, and this is what's happening. He walked off the treadmill and walked to the back where everybody puts their stuff in the lockers, still with his shirt off.
Didn't
Like,
even have a towel or
what
anything.
are you doing?
Why?
What are you
And
doing?
why? I don't understand those guys. I don't get
What
it.
are you
But hey,
doing?
like why?
Why?
But
What are you
again,
doing?
on
At
the
least
other
wear
side of
something.
that is because I go to the gym with my mom a lot. Well, she goes 3 times a week. Shout out my mom because she's my best gym partner ever. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's cool. That's cool,
yeah,
man.
it's amazing.
That's
It's
really
amazing.
cool.
And she's always making fun of the girls on the other side of things. How the women have these G-string tights nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything is right in there.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
I
And
was
the more hilarious thing is when they have the big T-shirt, but they
Yeah.
pick it and tuck it in at the back, just so
mm,
you can approach them if you're staring,
facts.
just so they can
Facts.
tell you what are you looking at.
Yeah. Hey, come
So
on. You know exactly what I'm looking at. Come on. Get out of
you
here with
did it
that.
that way.
You did that. Yeah. Come on.
Welcome, Cass.
The gang is all here. It's been a while.
Jeez. Yeah. What's good? Cass, how you doing?
Chilling. What's
Uh,
up?
Oh, we're living it life
What did
right
I
here.
miss?
Oh, we've been
uh,
talking Poe's new venture. He's now
Yeah, you weren't on the intro, Cash.
he was but
And
again,
I tried to
you know.
call you, and then you made a smart comment about fantasy. I'm like, oh, I had some good news. I wanted to tell you.
Sorry.
We got some
Sorry.
trading.
Turn it.
Well, you keep sending me shades. You keep sending me
I
daily shades.
Shut up. Shut
Come
up.
big.
I sent you one. I sent you one.
No.
to the
One
end.
one every
All right,
48
all right.
hours.
No, come on now.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
wanna hear
win.
your
I'm
shit,
trying to
Cass.
win.
I don't wanna
I'm
hear
trying
your
to
shit.
win.
You're trying to win. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it is,
trying
it is more than
trying to
it is
win.
more than one. It is more than one.
No,
You're trying to
but
win more than one.
let's
ways.
not get into this. Why?
You're
Okay,
more than one
listen.
ways.
Here's my news, bud. Here's my news. So, anyways, I got
More importantly,
I got long story short, I got recruited by a sports company in the States to be the Raptors podcast host, buddy. And
Nice.
yeah, man, yeah. So
let's go.
sportsethos.com, and
Nice.
I put out 2 episodes already, and it's been so much fun, man. I was
Good,
just saying I think this because this is what actually spurned it because they anyways, yeah. So
That's
yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
getting
Yeah,
back.
we spoke about you wanted to do a sports
I know.
related, right?
And then
Remember?
boom.
That was the whole thing, right? So
Well,
then-
it fell
That's
into
it.
place.
And
Again,
then
you
so
put that energy, you put that energy and that vibe into the universe.
it
It's
happened.
gonna happen. It's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
happen. It's
So,
great. It's
yeah.
great. Now, speaking of sports
Sorry.
and Raptors, I know last show we were talking about certain things going on in the world with LeBron passing the great Kareem. The trade deadline was coming in, came and left. Because you guys weren't there, we wanted to kind of get your take on some of the stuff that's going on. For instance, the Kyrie Irving trade to Dallas, as well as the Kevin Durant trade to Phoenix. Seeing that you guys are now here, let's ask you guys, what do you think about those trades?
I thought Kyrie requesting a trade to me was kind of reminded me. It was annoying to me, so it kind of reminded me of Amway. Remember how Amway was super annoying?
I used to do on Amway. Wow, you just kick you
Or
in my side right now.
Primerica?
No, my
Cash
dad.
knows what I'm talking about.
No, it was just annoying because my dad used.
there.
My dad used to sell Amway back in the day, and he used to call up my friend's dads, like, and I'd hear him on the phone, and he'd be like, I got this new venture. You want to join the team? I mean, you're here, and then your team grows, and then it grows bigger.
Don't get me
And
started.
then boom,
Don't
boom,
get me
boom,
started.
boom. So
get me started.
but it just sounded so annoying to me. That was so annoying to me, and this, it was Amway to me. So I thought, it was, yeah. So I'll leave it at that.
That's an
annoying.
interesting take.
Just
Yeah.
annoying. That's all.
I was just
That's
annoyed by it, man.
How about you, Cash? What do you think about the trades going on?
Whatever. It's the NBA, man. This is what the NBA does. It's the everyone goes where they leave teams unfinished, or they abandon ship and they go to another, roll the dice in another franchise and see what happens. But that's the NBA. This is what.
More so the
What,
NBA now. The more so
I was
the
gonna-
NBA.
I was
now.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
that's the NBA now. That's the NBA. It's the NBA
almost-
today.
But I honestly,
almost cool.
I like the fact that it's that way now. It's more entertaining to me.
But here's the thing.
It's more like a video game than it once was before.
There's more
I like
more
that.
parity. But here's the thing, though.
And anything can happen.
Well, is it more
Contracts don't
parity?
matter
It's
anymore.
just-
Then
It's like really, like Phoenix, for instance, is now stacked, right? So
Man.
theoretically, that's less parity, right?
well, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
what he
there-
means is that what he means by championships, anybody could win depending on what moves.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Well, yeah,
If you make
yeah.
the right move, you can definitely win a championship now. So, but again, I think it throws out the whole contract because again, these guys are breaking contracts and all these fine prints and stuff like that that they swore they're going to play for this team for whatever reason for how
This is what
long.
happens with guaranteed money, though, right? The NBA has guaranteed contracts,
Mm-hmm.
so guys can do this, right?
as
Yeah.
it should be,
Right.
as it should
I'm
be.
I think the sports world as we were talking about it is just different, and sometimes it's even hard to watch because it's just I don't know. It's more business than skill level now. Is they're buying championships as they say. They're buying championships. They're not
Yeah. At the same
building. They're
time,
not
though.
building.
Yeah. At the same
Well,
time, though,
you're
you
not
can still
required to
tell.
build. Yeah, you can't.
You're not
Like you get a
required.
championship. However, well, no, you get a championship. However, building can be buying is a part of building. You know what I mean? I can go get a free agent, or I can go
Yeah,
get
yeah,
what
yeah. Correct.
a veteran player, or this, that, and the third. So that's part of the process. You know what I mean?
Okay, but most of these guys, when you're saying they're signing a free agent, for instance, KD could stay there for just that rest of the year and then go somewhere else, and then go
Hmm.
somewhere else. So like the whole, I guess I'm old school. I love the loyalty to the squads. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's the
glad
word you
somebody.
should be saying.
I'm so glad
Loyalty.
somebody
That's the
used
word.
that word. I'm
I
very
should
happy
say
you used
yeah,
that
That
word.
Reggie
That's
Miller
the word.
loyalty.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
let
the
me ask these
loyalty
guys. I love when people use this word loyalty when it comes to sports.
because again,
Is it
I
a
know
it's
I know what you're
is it a
going. I know where
one
you're going
way
though.
loyalty? It's a
You know,
one
see,
way thing.
I was gonna say, I understand. Me as a fan, for instance, me as a fan, loving the Raptors, I was loyal to the squad. So a guy like Vince, finish your career with Toronto. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah,
understand the business side because the owners are not going to be loyal to these guys.
Yeah,
They're still going to
DeRozan.
try. They're
DeRozan to
going to
balance it out.
Yeah.
I
DeRozan
was
has been
about
Yeah.
to
loyal.
say that.
I
I
was
was
saying
about to use that example.
your value is now not really needed. Therefore, we'll toss you off to San Antonio, and then he gets bumped out. I get it, but I'm saying for me, back in the day, I think there was more loyalty to between each other. The marriage was more solid when it came to player owners and whatnot.
I
Watching
used the
the
word I used the
hmm?
word they were stupid back in the day. I
Who
don't
the
consider
players?
that loyal. Yes, I
Who
don't
the
consider that
players?
loyal. The
The
players
players?
were dumb. The players were loyal to something that wasn't loyal to them. That's stupidity.
To a
In
Mm.
point, though.
any relationship, if you are more loyal than the person is to you, are you not the dumb one?
No,
If you're the one that
okay,
if
okay.
you're the one that's
No,
going to stick it out no matter what, like you're sticking it out no matter what the other
Mhm,
person does, because
mhm.
in the name of
I
loyalty,
think I
does
think
that make you stupid?
the same way players have changed. I think owners have changed too. Owners
Yeah,
today are different than owners back in the day. So
true.
a
Very
player who
true.
They
stuck
better
it out
be.
back in the day stuck it out possibly because that owner was a different type of person. The owners back
That's
then were
possible.
more loyal. You know what I
That's
mean? They
possible.
cared about their franchises. Nowadays, you have guys who don't even know about a sport, or guys who just came into money and I want to get a
Yeah.
franchise and this, that, and
No.
the third. It's different. So I don't think you could just chalk it up to a simple thing as them being dumb. That's an aggressive way of looking at it. It's
I
too
don't actually
short
agree
sighted.
there, but I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I don't actually agree that the owners were more loyal then. I think it was the same thing. They would trade it. I think that they would trade a guy if they didn't need him anyway. It wasn't a thing where there's
Well,
a point where they were looking
I
to trade Michael
And
Jordan,
a
bro.
guy would leave a team anyway. Like a
I
guy who would
No,
leave a
not
team
no.
back
I don't.
then. Yes, he
I
well,
don't know
here's
would.
about
the
I
that.
think
Give me
back
an
in the
example.
day,
Give me an
the
example.
owners and the players, there was far more separation. And I think now the players
That's
have
true.
way more
Yeah.
power, and the
hmm
owners know it. And the
but
Oh,
owners know it. And so
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So back in the
Till the
day,
next collective bargaining agreement. That's
yeah,
when the
yeah,
things will
yeah,
change.
yeah,
but here's the thing. Now, after watching the Last Dance with Jordan, he started this
amazing.
whole thing. He had that power, being the superstar of the league. He had more pull than most players would ever have. Not including probably LeBron. 'Cause LeBron probably has that same type of power now. 'Cause he's that guy. But he was loyal to the brand or to his team because the GMs catered to what he was asking for. I need this player. I need that player. They brought it to him. Whereas other teams now is like, well, I need that player. Well, are you gonna cut your salary to bring this guy on? No. Well, then he's not coming. Or I don't want to stay here anymore. Fine, go. Like there was more again based on what I saw in that documentary. I'm sorry, LeBron. MJ was so loyal to the Chicago Bulls that anything and everything was done for him to keep him staying there. That's why. That's not happening anymore. If
Well,
you
it's
want out,
Which
mutual.
is smart
There
on the
was
franchise. I
well, there
mean,
was mutual respect though. There was also more
yes,
yeah.
but
respect
he
back
did
and forth.
clash with the GM at the time, correct?
What's
He
his
Yeah,
did
name
have
again?
issues.
What
yeah.
was his name?
Laws or whatever.
Kraus.
Jerry
Kraus.
Krause.
Kraus.
Jerry
Kraus.
Jerry
Krause.
Kraus.
Krause.
So
Yeah.
they did not like each other, but at the same time, the mutual agreement was success of the team, and that's what loyalty Jordan brought to the table. And as a business sense, that's what the GM brought. You want the success of the team. We'll do this to keep it going, and they kept on going. That's what we're not seeing anymore. If somebody disagrees with the coach gets fired. If someone
I,
disagrees with the GM, they get traded. Like there's
I
nothing.
I also think it's different period in the world. Everything is different.
Mm,
There used to be in those days they used to instruct you, hey, stay at a job for 10 years and that'll be good for your
Yeah, right.
overall.
It's true. The world's
Nowadays
different.
it's like, hey, stay at a job for 2 years, move on to another opportunity. Stay at a job for
mm,
5 years, move on. So now it's a little bit different in
yeah,
general.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and in general, I think the workers, and not even just sports, the workers are no longer just as enslaved as they once were. So then when I use the word stupid, maybe it's ignorant, but we weren't as knowledgeable of our opportunities back then,
Well, yeah,
including
I can definitely
players
agree
in
with that, and
sports.
that's why everybody's trying to work for themselves now. They don't want to work for anybody. They want to make sure they take care of themselves, and there's nobody that's pushing buttons or causing them to lose any type of financial gain from a poor decision or so forth. So I get what you're saying there. The world has changed. And speaking of the world, have you guys saw what was going on with the whole Chinese balloon things and whatnot?
Oh man.
Oh, you don't know
You
about the
don't know about
I
this?
know about it, but I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Associated Press. We're checking Twitter on several different official. Oh, well, I believe it just happened there. That was it. Live, raw, and unfiltered. It appears that China spy balloon has now been shot down over the Atlantic Ocean. You are taking a live look here, live, raw, and unfiltered, as that balloon appears to be heading downward after it has been shot down.
Attention, to be
here's
honest.
here's the thing. They said they shot out. This is what now? 4 balloons out of the sky. Two were over the U.S.
Alaska.
and I believe 2 was over Canada. The last one that was over Huron
Lake Huron.
is
Yeah.
Lake Huron. So I'm like, how does that bypass Canadian airspace? How do you let that get by unless you
But
already
you
knew?
but
It's
you
a
answer
spy
your
thing,
own
right?
question. You answer your question there because we have no Air Force.
We
We
have no
don't?
Air Force.
I didn't know
We
that.
don't have an
Oh,
Air
Oh,
Force.
we have
I didn't know
NORAD.
that.
What's our Air Force? We have 2
Now you
bases.
say it, it makes sense, but I didn't really think
What's our Air
about it.
Force?
Oh,
What's our
okay.
Air Force? We have one of the largest coastlines on planet Earth to defend, yet we have no Air Force, and we
Okay.
rely on the U.S. to defend our coastline. So what you should take away from this is we have an issue with our Air Force,
Hmm.
right?
Okay, if that's the case, and the first 2 balloons crossed Alaska, because I was watching the whole big discussion with the senator of Alaska, I believe, or I forget what it was. Probably the mayor or whatever. I don't know what it is. Their terms, anyways. But she was pissed off that she wasn't allowed to attack or make any type of judgment because it was coming over their state first. So why would the U.S. let it go past Alaska into more common ground? And they have the Air Force to deal with it, but they let it go. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
what's
it's
going
they let
on.
it go. I think the Alaskan mayor or governor doesn't get to
Governor,
make
yeah.
that call. You know what I mean? Like there's channels there's other people who make the call whether you're going to use military might than the governor of Alaska. So I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
Isn't it pretty
I,
wild though that for the first time in our lives, at least in my existence that I can remember, so this is the first time that mainstream media news, politicians, government are admitting to shooting things out of the sky that they don't know what they are. This is the
well,
first
like you
time
said,
ever.
They think it's Chinese
Yeah,
civilians.
but yeah, they
That was
think
gonna be
that's the
my
thing.
question. That was gonna be my question. How do they know where it's coming from?
And
Well,
that's what
well, they're
They
not
know they're
putting it
looking
out
for the
there.
debris.
Yeah,
let me put on
They're
my
looking for the
tinfoil
debris
hat
or
right
whatever.
now.
But
People
either way,
think it's not even China at all. People think it's UFOs.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's
Because
what a
you know,
UFO is
Well,
an
okay,
unidentified flying
true.
object. Yeah.
However,
it is a UFO.
they don't think it's man-made stuff. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are saying, you know what, they're just making claim that China
Yeah,
was part
the
of it. You know
one
what?
lady said it was the one that went
Because they
over
said they
Lake
shot it out
Huron.
of
It
the
was an
sky.
octagon.
Yes, and they
But
shot it, and it
again, you're
disappeared.
assuming they're related. Like, what if it's
They're not.
coincidence? What if,
You're
Yeah.
what
right.
if,
Could be
you know what
something
I
else.
mean? What if
Very
these
well
are
could be.
four
Yeah.
independent objects, or two are grouped together in two, or three in one, or whatever? We don't. This is all just speculation. So
You're right.
people can
That's
say
highly
whatever, and we can say
coincidental,
whatever.
though.
You know what
No,
I
you're
mean?
right. You're right.
Right.
It's
So
very coincidental.
until debris is found, which it probably is, and we're just not told.
Of
Well, they
course.
said they
Not.
shot.
For
They
sure,
said they
man.
shot
For
Then,
it
sure.
into
you
the
know what I mean?
water on purpose, so it wouldn't cause a panic on mainland. So they shot it in the water, so it would be just taking up and dissected.
The thing
on
is,
the
if this
planet.
is like you said, Tokes, if this
They
is
don't know where.
otherworldly, you think the government has to step back for a second and be like, okay, we can't really put
Yeah.
that out right now because that questions everything. People, religion, everything gets
No, but
questioned after that.
they've been slowly feeding that for the last few years, though,
For
right?
sure,
So,
for
Well,
sure, for sure.
so you know,
The
it's
next step
same
is to
thing
just
as
Next
give
step
us
is
an
that.
actual sighting.
Boom.
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
This we're just going, well, as we kept on saying on this show, everything is a cycle. We can say that this is exactly the same situation that happened with Area 51. They found something, they hid it for years to the point where no one was allowed in that facility. And then all of a sudden they said, yeah, you know what, we're closing down this place. We did this, yeah, we found some shit, and there you go, it's done. It's whatever. And now we're doing the same thing again, or we're finding things on the sky. We don't know what's being done with it. We don't know where it's coming from, and no one's going to tell you anything other than, oh, we're looking into this. That's all they'll say. We're looking into this. We'll figure it
Do you
out.
guys think it's in the general public's best interest not to know?
Yes.
No, I think we're over that now. I think we should know.
No, I
I
think
think I'm the opposite
It
of
causes mass hysteria.
Nah,
mean,
man. This world nowadays, this generation. We just said it earlier that it's a different NBA. Well, it's a different world now. I think
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
are like these people are kind of ready for this shit now. Like,
Okay.
come
the
on.
whole point of them trickling it out the last few
Yeah.
years is because they feel that society is prepared, or they have no choice but to prepare society.
That's my vibe.
I think
on
it's
that,
more
too.
that. I would say
I
it's
think-
more of a no choice thing,
I
because
think-
you're not ready until you learn. You're not ready
Here's-
until they. You're never
But
going to
even
be
they're
quote unquote
testing
ready.
them though. Look,
Yeah,
look
the
at-
pasta
look at-
sauce
look
is boiling over now.
Look what happened though with the whole two trains derailing. People are going crazy. This is just regular act of nature.
Well, people
Trains
need to put
derail.
their head up and get their heads out of their phone
Right?
and see what the hell's going on.
Well,
Like,
but I'm saying
come
there's
on.
two different I think the Ohio explosion is the one that everybody was talking about once it derailed or whatever. But there's two separate trains that have hit and derailed themselves, and people are going nuts. They're saying it's conspiracy, this and that. I'm like, no, I don't believe so.
Well, trades is a whole other topic. Like trades in North America is really more of a statement of our lack of infrastructure and the
Yes.
fact that we haven't invested in modern train technology like other countries have. So we still have derailments, which could easily be avoided if we practiced better rail infrastructure. If you look at Asia and Europe, the trains that are over there are 1,000 times more safe. We use archaic technology on trains.
And
We
faster.
use tracks. Yeah, you know what I mean? They're slow.
Isn't it our transport in
you
general?
know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
exactly. So that's a choice we
back.
make. I don't think that's a conspiracy or any of that. That is just the same reason why we still use gas, and the same we just in North America we are stuck in routines. Things make us money, and we continue to do those things that make us money, and we don't change, even though there's clear other
Money
avenues
and something else.
and something else, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's the stubbornness of North American society, right?
Speaking of derailment, how about John Tory? Keep it on the down low. Oh.
He's not derailed. He'll be back.
Yeah,
No, I know. I hope he is.
I said the same
should have.
thing.
He
He's
should have
stepping
never
down
resigned.
for a couple. Well, the only reason why he should have resigned, and
No, I don't think he
this is
should
the
have
only. I agree with what you're saying.
Because it's a coworker.
Overall, that's a subordinate, not
Yes,
a coworker,
yes,
a subordinate. That's
yes.
the only reason.
I agree. 'Cause people
Other
have done
than
worse.
that, I can't, and I still don't think he should have resigned. Like me personally, but I
No.
get it.
You know,
I get as a public figure, as a mayor,
Yes.
you kind of
Yeah.
have to because she's a
Yeah.
subordinate. I
But
get
guess
that.
what? Guess
As
what?
a
But he'll
young
be back.
person,
He'll be
more than
back.
that, the type of person he is. You listen. We all, whether he did it, we're not debating that, but we all know, or we all believe, like she was probably like a vixen or something. Like she lured this man. Don't you feel like he was like,
Well,
like when
you
you're,
remember
you
how
know what I
happy
mean?
he
Don't you
was?
feel? You know what I
I
mean? Don't
get-
you feel like he's more ashamed than we are of him? Like he's
Yeah.
he's more
He
hurt.
was
Like he's more
Tourette's, yeah.
disappointed.
He
Like
wasn't
when
supposed to
you
be
know what I
around them
mean?
types of
Like
people.
She's a
him resigning,
vixen.
him resigning is more like, trust me, there's people in his ear saying you don't have to resign. We can get ahead of
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
We can cover this up. And it's him
yeah.
going,
Absolutely.
guys,
That was a
no,
week ago. That was a week
I
ago. They
can't.
did that a week before.
I can't live with myself. I can't do it. You know what I mean? He's
No,
angry.
I don't necessarily believe
I think
that. I actually don't
You're
necessarily
saying-
believe
Do
I
you
think-
remember
I
how
think-
happy he was during the pandemic? Do you
I think
remember
he'll have to
that?
be convinced. He'll have to be convinced
You
to
look
come
back, I remember
Let
he'd
his
be on
hair
TV.
grow.
He was
Let
like
the-
always
Let the
smiling.
hair flow out.
Oh, he
You know
was
what I'm
always
saying?
happy. Like during the
This is
pandemic, he's like,
circumstantial.
just
This
wear a
doesn't
mask.
happen. If he's not in a room stuck, you know what I mean, in close quarters, and I don't know if he does it. You know what I mean?
Here's the other joke about it. He's on TV telling us to stay home while
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
out
And he's running.
While he's in the Buick
While he's
Regal
out
down the Danforth.
swapping saliva with a person that does not live in his home.
But if you're,
You know what I'm saying?
if you're,
That's a
if-
whole
yeah, but
joke.
it's a coworker though. It's different if he was going like on the road and finding like someone on the street. He's
You mean
theoretically,
JT? I know
you know what I
JT's doing
mean?
that.
You know what I
He
mean? It's
single-handedly spread the virus,
JT.
man.
Yeah, probably.
He's,
Spread the
Yeah.
he's no
virus,
different.
man.
He's no different than Boris
He's the cause
Johnson
of
in the
this
UK. Boris Johnson's having parties.
Yeah.
Ford is having parties. Like all these guys are doing.
Yeah.
All the people with the power and the actual insight of what's going on were like, oh, fuck it, we're still just gonna live. Lock those guys up. But hey, we can do what we want.
Vacation,
Man,
we're going.
I miss Rob
There's
Ford,
no
man.
spice. Oh,
Me
yo,
too.
I miss
he was-
Rob Ford.
All
too.
Tori was missing was that red jumpsuit, bro. He's in that same category. Tori and Rob are in the same genre. Only Rob didn't give a hell what's going on. He said, "I'm gonna do me."
Rob had more than enough to eat at home, bro. That's the one thing with Rob.
That's true. That's
Rob has
true.
had it. He had fish at home, but he didn't need nothing on
He
the
sure
street.
That's
did.
true.
Yeah,
That's
he was
true.
at the
But
he was at
everybody
the
hated
Boyle
on
King.
him.
And he let you
Everybody
know
hated
it
on
too.
him.
Remember when he let you know it too?
Yeah, he had more than enough to eat at home.
He was covered.
Rob-
I mean, he's a
Tim
Rob would
Hortons
do
at his
Rob would do crack, but he would not do a coworker. The morality is very, you know what I'm saying? He's very moral guy.
I said he'll do crack, but not the coworker.
Not the
No,
coworker.
I have
He
limits.
does certain types of crack. Ching.
With his triple in hand.
Oh shit! Well, meanwhile,
No,
his
more
brother-
interesting was what happened to Michael Irvin. That was interesting.
So I see.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't know
going
the
on
full
with that?
story.
I
Yeah,
only saw the
I don't
beginning.
even know.
I heard
I
there's
heard-
a twist recently.
Yeah, he had an indecent, an accusation of him being inappropriate with a woman in his hotel. I believe, is that correct?
Were you
Gotcha.
right there when the interaction, like that's kind of been questioned, kind of happened?
Yeah, 100%. So we just came back in from the lobby after taking like a group picture.
Yeah.
So I was there with a few of my friends. It was a bit of a work meeting. We had a really positive interaction with Michael. Group photos. I then got a one-on-one photo with Michael, which was great. I was at the back of the group as we re-entered the lobby. So I saw Michael. He was heading towards the lifts, and then he gets called back by a young lady just to say hello. And
Did you hear like exactly what happened?
Uh,
Or what was said?
It was a very
What did you hear?
it was a positive, friendly conversation.
Yeah.
They had a brief interaction. It was 30, 40 seconds. He kept his distance at all time. It stood about a meter away from her. They ended it with a handshake, and he literally turned around and went back to the lift.
What was that?
And because of that, which is even probably more bigger, he didn't do the Super Bowl broadcast at all. They took him out.
No, they took him off. Yeah, they took him off everything Super Bowl related. for the
ESPN
network.
and NFL Network. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Wow.
like, well, it's bigger than we thought.
That part is wild because nothing's even proven and they're taking away his job.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
he's
why do you
suspended?
think it's bigger than he's like? Why does that mean it's bigger than you thought? It means ESPN and NFL Network just made a presumptuous move. Like, no charges have been made. There hasn't even been a criminal report. Like, you know what I mean?
You're right.
It's interesting that they call the NFL Network, but they don't call the cops. Just what does that tell you?
You sure the cops weren't called?
That football's way too big in the States.
The
Yes,
NFL
again,
Network
but
was
that's the
called
thing.
first. The cops
That's
came out and said
but,
there's no crime here. We haven't
but
been
exactly what I'm
contacted.
saying. Like the Super Bowl, that just the reason why I didn't go into it because it's Super Bowl weekend. It was bigger than what we thought it was going to be. Like the bigger picture was the game. You know, they put that on the back burners. That's nothing. We'll take care of it later. But we don't want that to take away from the actual event. So they took them off the air because people are going to be asking. That's how media is. That's what people are going to do. Someone's going to throw a jab or make a comment and poof, you're gone. I mean, there was an incident with one of the I guess one of these networks is talking about another man's wife, and he was sitting there making a joke about seeing his wife or his wife's number in his phone. They went to a
Yikes.
commercial break. That man was off the freaking screen. He was gone. And this guy's fixing up his freaking suit because he boxed the man.
45-20. By the way, did you not get the memo on the suits? We all went dark today. You're like Easter service.
Y'all kind of leave me out. But man,
He
as
said
long
you got an Easter
as
suit on.
long as I get the text from my wife that says I look good.
Oh, really?
So send me the text, babe. Send me the text.
That's not the one she sent me. Welcome back to the Farm Rich halftime report. Just you and I here, Taki. I'm not sure what happened to Peter Burns, or did you have him keep your wife's name out of his mouth?
Huh?
You know, keep my wife's name out your damn mouth. He was gone. After they took a picture together saying they were all good. But other than that, like I said, I was handled at the lowest level with a box.
Speaking of boxing, somebody should have done something to whoever allowed that dumb shit that happened in Utah last night at the celebrity game. Did you guys see this? So on the big screen while the celebrity game was going on, they were doing celebrity lookalikes to people that were from fans to whoever was playing in the game.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Sing Lu from Toronto.
Yeah.
They put him up on the big screen, celebrity lookalike, and just picked a random Asian kid and left it up on the screen, man. And that is so stupid. Like who let that happen? Like in the control room, who was the guy? They were perfect. Just find one. There we go. There he is. Zoom in.
I'm sure
looks like him.
Every game. I'm sure if you watch their broadcast,
Utah
attended their games. I'm pretty
Utah?
sure that's a common thing they do during. There's one time when they do it with Denzel Washington, and they find a random black guy in the audience, and there's a
Utah thing.
That's not even a Utah thing. That's
there it is. There it is. Right there.
Sports thing. You know what I mean?
Look at that. That's not even. I don't even find it funny.
The problem here, I don't find the segment being wrong. I think it's the fact that the laziness of
they didn't try.
any Asian.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not cool. Like it's so lazy. It's not cool. Yeah.
I didn't even have to pick him. They could have picked anybody, any other celebrity, and found a lookalike. But that's true. It is in their defense, which I would never defend them. In their defense, it is a time sensitive thing, isn't it? Like they have to find somebody quickly.
True. Yeah. But I mean, they've done good.
It's not ahead of time.
Probably, some organization or some leagues, I know the NHL does it, and they find funny ones. When I mean funny, like the guy is supposed to look like Simba or like some type of animal, and this guy's just an old guy with a beard or somebody like Santa Claus. That's funny. Where this was
is it funny? Because someone might take offense to that. You know what I mean? Or so So I think it's an entertainment.
Now, I guess
you're at a game to be entertained. It's entertainment. So that's how I look at it. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It would be nice if there was. Keep in mind, if I'm the control guy, and I know that I gotta find someone that looks like this guy tonight, but I can't control who walks through the door. I can't control who buys a ticket. It would be nice if an Asian guy that looked like him walked through the door.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't even look like him. He doesn't even look like him.
I gotta find the best available guy based on where the cameras are pointing, and you know what I mean. So I'm not gonna hold them to that, you know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They're on a.
I guess what Poe's saying, where I do agree with Poe, is that they don't have to use either person. They could find.
No, they could have skipped over. And then it doesn't look like them, so skip it.
Yeah, that type of way. I do agree with that. Agree with that.
Don't put it up there. That's my point. My whole point is they put it up there when it doesn't look like him. It's a celebrity look-alike. This guy doesn't look like him.
Do you think that there's 10,000 people in that crowd that thinks he looks like him?
Probably 20,000
It's
in
a
the crowd,
yeah,
but that
the
doesn't
guy who
make it
chose
right.
it, the guy who chose it thinks
Yeah,
he
because
looks
it's
like
a
him.
bunch of guys like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, is the average fan you in Utah?
Probably not.
Know your
No.
audience. So then that was a successful picture because
Well,
10,000 fans
Nah.
agreed that it looked
Well,
like
yeah,
it.
in that, in that sense,
Right?
yes,
Like know your audience.
absolutely.
He's not putting the picture up for you, right? He's putting up the picture for his audience. He knows his audience.
He sure did. He sure did.
yeah, that's the scary part. The scary part is
And
he
that's the
knows
thing.
his audience.
US is pretty ignorant when it comes to that stuff too.
And
They're just
yeah.
assuming. Based
That's the
on what
crazy
they
part.
think.
You're so right on that because it is their audience, and not only is their audience, but it's the big wigs on top of that said, yeah, go ahead with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That,
They'll,
you know what I mean? Like
they probably filtered it. How about this guy? How about this guy? Yeah, that's good enough.
That's the guy. Yeah,
Send it.
that's the
There you
guy.
go.
Again,
All right.
we're halfway through the season. Sorry, we're at the All-Star break, but more than half the season. We're about 70% of the season's done. If you attended every Utah game, I guarantee you that segment
For sure.
is at 80% of the games of their home games.
Well, they should have left that one out on All-Star weekend.
It's just because we had a sensitive guy or someone visiting Utah saw that, oh, let me take a picture and let me post it because he's not used to that. But the average Utah fan, that's a regular thing. As a Toronto fan, that's a regular thing. We see celebrity lookalike. It's a segment. It's a thing that you do, and you're handcuffed.
Yeah, but there's more
handcuffed
class
by the audience. You're handcuffed by who is in the seats. You know what I mean? Now, if I'm an LA guy, I don't even have to play that game because I have celebrities, and I just say, look, a celebrity. I don't need to do the lookalike.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
as a Raptor fan, you
Right?
said as a Raptor fan. No, the Raptor organization has more class than that. They wouldn't go do that. They wouldn't allow that to go up on the screen at an NBA All-Star game. They wouldn't. I know they. Come on, like, do you think they would actually let that exact situation go up on the big screen at Scotiabank on NBA All-Star weekend?
I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't think so. I don't think so. But
I would hope not. I would hope not. I would hope not.
I don't see anything wrong with, for instance, the Raptors have a real push on getting Oriental players because of our population demographic, right? So, no, I wouldn't be surprised. It's when we had Bargnani and all these Italian guys, we were, you know, like you said, primo pasta sauce. And we're doing like I don't put it past us. This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do.
That was some stupid shit. Primo pasta.
Right? So like this is what they do. You say the Raptors have
but
class.
He played with it though.
The Raptors have class today.
Right. I was about to say.
Class? No.
But there's a difference between you actually having Bargnani.
Yeah, he played with it. Yeah.
He was in it.
Yeah.
It's different if you have Scotty Barnes promoting beef patties. It's different. I might still be like, why is Scotty Barnes doing that? I would look at the Raptors, why they're doing that. I would look at Bargnani. Why are you doing a Primo commercial? But he might like Primo.
Yeah. I doubt it, but he might.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. Well, I wouldn't put that on the organization. I put that more on the guy who's a part of it. The organization.
That's a good point.
Picking two random people and putting them together and saying, "Oh, you guys look alike," when they don't look nothing alike, and it's not even an exaggeration. Like, ha ha ha! They don't, like you guys are saying, the lion and a guy with some big hair. That's a little, you know what I'm saying? This
just to play on
Utah doing that is indicative of the culture. I would never give them the excuse of they're trying to please fans. I don't think the fans care like that.
That was just normal.
Yeah, I think that's just a normal behavior. Everybody's used to it down there.
That's what I'm saying. Though. It's
based off if you put up a guy who actually looks like him,
that works for your fans.
Yeah, that would have been different.
Culture. Right?
If the question would be: is that when they put it up, what was the fan reaction?
Yes, and I don't think there was a reaction. The fans, like I said, it wasn't negative. Like I think the fans actually look up and say, yeah, they sort of see it. While if you do that same thing in a New York, they'll say, no, that doesn't look like him. But based off of the culture of Utah, yes, I think that works. Now whether it's right or wrong to do it, whatever. But like if I'm in Utah and I see that, I wouldn't take offense to that.
I'm not going there with it. I'm more saying I don't think the fans care either way. So why are you choosing to do that? If there's no reaction, like if there's no negative or no positive, then that says more about the person doing it than you being handicapped by fans. That's why I look at it. Because you could have did anything, and you
True.
chose to do that.
Again, you have to do a lot during these games, but these games are very long. So to keep fans or people
It's
entertained, you got to
entertainment.
do a
You do a
lot of
million
stuff. Yeah.
segments. You do
Like, I mean,
1,000 segments during
I've been to a
games.
lot of CFL games, and a lot of the things that they do is just corny, but it entertains.
Yeah.
Look at there's a
Most of the
I
things
guess
they do are corny.
yeah, there's
Yes.
I think there's
Unless
a
you're
baseball.
under 10 years old, and
I
then it's
forget
great.
there's a baseball team that has a race. I think he's supposed to act as like the Flash or something like that, and I think he's a
Yeah.
black man. Is in a suit, and he gives these guys a head start,
Yeah,
and he races them, and I'm like, that's the corniest crap ever, because you're bringing the most unathletic guy on there to race this guy, and he's giving him whatever time and just speeds by him. So that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the pass, right? That's all they want. Just the entertainment of
It's
a
30
fast guy
seconds. of entertainment.
embarrassing a non-athletic guy. It's
If
part of
that,
the
it could be
culture.
just 15 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what they do. They do the weirdest type of obstacle courses, name that tune, guess the athletes, all this
And
stuff.
I'm not making, and I'm not trying to make every fan be entertained. I need the 30% of people who are still in their seats to be entertained. Because there's another 30% of the washroom, another 30% of the concession stand. There's another 20% walking around. But like, it's not about like, it's just that. Like, we can't complain about everything. Like, we can't nitpick about everything. Like,
Absolutely, yes, we can.
You go to the game. If you want to do that,
Yes,
then
we
do
can.
it. Then do it.
We definitely
Choose to do that.
can.
Redefine
Absolutely.
everything. Nitpick about everything, but choose to do that. You choose to do that.
Everything is connected.
You don't have to put that on everyone else, because not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone cares enough to do that.
Because that 30% that was still sitting in their seats when they put that up on the screen, too fat, it couldn't get out of their seats because they're too fat.
Yeah, I was at the washroom.
nachos.
I didn't see that.
That's so
You know what I mean? I was on my
hilarious.
phone, B.
That's
I didn't see that.
hilarious.
So
He's
you're
Asian
sitting
and
there,
he's
you saw
Asian.
that? That's cool.
Margaret, you see
sit
that,
there and
boy?
you complain about that.
Margaret, look at him.
Yeah, they look,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They look the same.
I was buying a New Jersey, B. Like, I didn't see that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I don't got time for this.
But you did break it down right, because again, I think when I was going back in the day watching Argo games at the Rogers Center, that place was A, huge, and B, at the time the Argos didn't have a stellar squad. So majority of the time you're walking around trying to talk to girls, buying food, looking at merchandise. And you're right, 30% of the time you're not even in your seat.
Yeah.
Yo, I go to a game. I go to the Blue Jay game, the playoff game. We were dying. We went to the playoff games, the Blue Jay games, and so I went with my boys, and we spent the entire time to speak about. I think we talked about this the last time I was with you guys. We spent the entire game in the washroom, pissing, drink a beer. Washroom.
Yeah, because you have to
drink a beer, washroom. Drink a beer, washroom. We're like, we spent all this money in the playoff game. We spent the entire game in the washroom looking at it on the screen. You know what I mean? We're dying. Yeah. Now, I go to the next game with my son. I spend the entire game out of my seat.
Yeah.
No, I wish. Out of my seat, going to every little. He wants to throw the ball. He wants to get his face painted. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. We're gonna eat. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Right? So, it's the end of the game. Oh, he wants to run the bases. Now I'm waiting an hour just to watch him run 10 seconds around the bases. So it's totally like I'm doing a million other things than watching the game. You know
That's so true. I took Luna. I took my daughter to the Pistons Raptors game last week, and it was her first game. I took my daughter to her first game, and we barely sat down when got her Scotty Barnes jersey. Got her like we were just walking. She's like, she was just freaked out that they had cars inside the stadium. You know what I mean? She's like, there's a car here. Like, oh, it's a car. Yeah. She's like, can I go in? And I'm like, why you want to go? Like, but it's inside.
It's pretty much an amusement park for kids. Honestly, it's no different. That's why a lot of kids love going to the mall, because it's something different. You see a different mall, a different show, whatever. Christmas time, you'll see the Santa Claus taking pictures thing, Easter or whatever, Halloween, things are dressed up. So it's always something new to them. To us, it's nothing. We've already lived past that. So to them, it's a whole new atmosphere. And they're
go to the mall, buy your roses there, right? You get your baby's breath, roses, and bring it back to the van.
Yo, you know what? Valentine's Day this year.
You're killing me.
I love Valentine's this year. This is the first Valentine's Day in like, I don't know, like my life when I didn't have to do anything. I was like, this is what it feels like to not have that, that weight. Oh,
Yep. Hey, Tokes, what'd you do on Valentine's Day?
Did the van have a flat tire? Couldn't get where you wanted to go.
I got roses for Valentine's Day.
You got him? Somebody
I
brought him
got
for you?
them. Someone
That's
got them
cool.
Okay,
for
so
me.
why are you sad? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't expected.
Wasn't requested?
It wasn't expected. I'm not a person who gets gifts. Birthday, Christmas, whatever.
Why are you sad?
Because they're not allowed out of the
'cause
van?
none of this sounds like a reason to be sad.
I don't understand. Like, I'm so confused.
I'm just saying the reaction wasn't
You're
the
not thankful?
greatest. I was thankful, but I was more shocked. And because the
Okay.
reaction wasn't
Okay.
what wasn't given, things went
The reaction wasn't good either.
right. So again,
Okay. So how did you react? I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Did you
I was
just
shocked.
throw them
I was
down like, yeah, thanks?
no. No. I like they were taken care of by somebody else, but again, I was like, wow, like in shock, just wow.
Why is it so shocking?
Because I've never gotten one.
Because you never
Not
get
the fact, not the fact that it's not allowed or shouldn't be done. No, it's because I have never gotten
Okay,
it.
but the person who gave it to you, do you expect them to do it? It's not about whether it's being done to you or not. Do you expect the person who did it to
No,
you?
I did not expect it. I was shocked
Anything.
because it was done. Yes,
Okay.
it's this first time, so I'm still in
I
shock.
thought it was because it was flowers, but that has
No, not
Okay.
gifts
No,
in
he likes
general.
flowers.
Gifts in general.
He has a phase rating. He has a phase rating.
I do have a phase.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Like
Of the other roses, just in case he has to give his away. He has those on set up.
My
Every year.
secret stash.
He has a
Just in
florist
case.
fridge. He has a florist fridge. Ready to go.
But again, I'm not used to gifts in general. If it was a birthday with family, I'd get money. Okay, you wouldn't get gifts.
Let me ask you this then.
Hold on, Cash.
Okay,
Hold on. Tokes, do you have one of those tire things at the back of your van it's encased? Do you have one of those?
No.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead, Cash. Go ahead.
With the airbrush? Yes,
Yeah, with the airbrush. It's got like a wolf on it, like a wolf.
Custom airbrush.
Yeah, custom airbrush. Yeah.
Custom airbrush. And he has the little circular window on the side.
Yes.
You know the circular window?
The bubble.
The bubble window.
The bubble.
It's got a wolf on it.
I'm sure he had a jean jacket with that same wolf logo on the back.
Sure.
And it's not complete without the mullet. He had a mullet. Or the rat tail. He had the rat tail.
It's all right. It was a jean vest.
Jean vest, yeah.
It has to be the vest. It can't be the jacket.
No. Cut off.
The Canadian tuxedo? Yeah, the Canadian tuxedo. What was your question, Cash?
Yeah, sorry about that.
I have no clue.
Killing me.
Oh, I had a question. I did have a question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
You remember? Go ahead first. Go ahead.
I do. I'm just saying, as someone who you strike me. So correct me if I'm wrong. Strike me, as someone
starting off very insulting.
Yeah, it is. I'm going on mute.
Let me buckle up right now. He's gonna kill it.
You guys assume the worst, but you strike me as someone who even though you say you don't get gifts, you strike me as someone who always gives gifts and puts a lot of thought into the gifts they get.
When I can and when it's feasible and when it's the right timing, yes, I definitely put a lot of thought and effort since I was young when it came to writing poems or songs or whatever, all that stuff. I did all that stuff. I thought it was a thoughtful
So then
thing.
why is it so shocking to get that back? Like, wouldn't you appreciate or understand the effort that this person went into?
I did. But the thing, the shock overshadowed the actual gift because again, in my years, never got them. No candy grams, no roses, no dates on Valentine's. Again, I went through high school with no relationship. Didn't date anybody in high school, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I didn't have any type of connection with anybody. So
we're like the opposite, because I'm like happy because this is the first time in my life I'm not in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I feel so like
not to say I was upset or not having. I was strictly doing other things, the sports.
Yeah.
So I didn't really. Not per se, I didn't care for it. I would have loved it, but because of things going on, I didn't put the effort into finding someone, and that's fine. But yeah, when it came to now,
it sounds like you put a lot of effort into finding something.
In the friends, so yes, I put it out there. But when it came to getting things or ever receiving gifts, I'm like, wow, I'm a loss for words because
well, you're doing something right, Tokes.
Well,
something right. Somebody cares for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's
And
like focus on
yes.
Focus
And that's
on that.
I
Yeah.
guess my point is that it's like
Right.
why did you focus on the effort that this person made into giving you something you've never had before,
For
as
sure,
opposed
for
to
sure.
focusing on the fact that you've never had it before.
My
You see what I'm saying?
reaction.
That's
No, I see it.
for
I put-
next
I put-
time. I'm not. What's
put
happened
to-
has
yeah.
happened, right?
No, I
And
get you.
next
I get you. Put more effort into actually the act rather than the shock
Yeah.
of it. Yes.
And
I
I'm
get
saying it in a way where I'm relating it to you because you yourself used to put you put effort into your acts.
Right.
So
right.
recognize that this person is doing that same thing. And if you focus on that, then your shock is a different type of shock. Shock's a good thing. Like if I give you a gift and you're shocked, I'm not mad that you're shocked. I want you to be shocked. I surprised you.
You know
what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's how that shock manifested itself.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
My wife came home. I came home in the morning after the gym. I had roses for my daughter, roses for my wife. They didn't get me anything, which is fine. I didn't expect anything.
Right.
But that afternoon she came home with my daughter. My daughter was like, "We got to get dad something." I guess this is what my daughter said. They came home with 3 protein bars.
Nice.
And a Starbucks
Something you could
gift
use.
card, something I could use, and I just grabbed both those girls and thank you so much. You know what I mean? It's just that's there's Valentine's Day encapsulated right there, and it's nice when somebody cares for you and understands you and gets you something that is you. Protein bars. Oh, thank you. I'm hungry right now. Actually,
Replies to you. I could use that today, right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
You know
I
what
ate
is?
it right now.
It's like the best Valentine's gift would be like when I get like the $20 axe.
Yeah.
And it's just part of the gift. Like it's a throw-in part of the gift.
Yes.
But it's literally the best part of the gift because I'm gonna open that Axe deodorant now. I'm gonna open up that body spray like now. I'm gonna my favorite gift that I got this Christmas was soap.
Oh sure.
Soap.
The Manscaped soap.
Yeah, man.
See your face.
That's one of our sponsors on the new show. It's Manscaped. I swear to God.
Manscaped soap where it's the Riddler. So there's the Riddler soap, there's Batman soap, and there's Spider-Man soap, right? So to me, like I'm using that. That soap's not sitting there. Like today I'm smelling like the Riddler. You know what I mean? Like I love gifts like that where it's like I'm gonna apply it right now. I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that to me, that's a man's gift. It's a gift that you can use right now.
Yeah.
Men are more practical that way.
That's wild.
I either want a gift that I'm gonna use or a gift that I want, but I'm not gonna buy for myself. Those are the other two. Between those two things.
I'm with you on that, but it's more like something that I should be buying for myself.
Yes, so
like I should be. No, like I should be buying like I'm gonna buy the same soap all the time. Like I'm always gonna buy. Maybe I should experiment. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? So it's nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Pretty much that.
Right? So
or something that I was gonna try, but I didn't. I just go over here.
Next time. I'll just do the same thing again. You know?
But you get it from me. That I really appreciate.
And that's your point, Cole. They know you. That's someone that knows you.
Absolutely. Those are the best gifts, man.
Right?
It's that.
So and that's what I'm saying, Tokes. Tokes, you know this person, so it's not about what the other people didn't give you.
Right.
It's about what you know about this person and what this person did for you. You see what I'm saying? That's sort of what I'm not dissing you. I'm not doing anything.
No. It gives me a better perspective. I'm sitting in my own world thinking in this way, but when you step out of your shoes and look at it from the outside, looking in, I'm like, yeah, you know what? You made some serious points, and it makes sense because I'm like.
It means a lot when somebody does that. It means a lot.
If someone buys
go out of their way and do that.
If someone buys me something or they buy me clothes and it's Adidas, I'm like, they've been paying attention.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Or someone buys me a hoodie instead of a sweater. Then I'm like, you're paying attention. You've been watching. And this is you know what I mean? Like if I buy you earphones, I know you care about the podcast stuff. You know what I mean? It's the simple gifts. Like I think that are the best gifts. It's the second thought.
That's the very definition of the thought that counts. That's when because the thought doesn't have to be expensive. Right. It doesn't have to be. It just has to be meaningful.
Listen, when I was a bachelor, the best gifts were food. People who brought me food.
I was gonna.
It's like a care package. Like a care package.
Yes, when I was a bachelor, that was the best.
Oh man.
So do you think there always has to be a time for do you have to make the gift correspond with a day or an event, whatever? Can you just give a gift because?
Oh
Does
man,
that does that
my
lose?
You better give a gift just because.
No, well, again, we're talking about Valentine's gifts. I'm like, whatever. Say, for instance, now I went and said, you know what? Let me take my girl out to a nice dinner. It's not per se a gift, but it's something out of the
Right.
norm, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't lose its luster opposed to a birthday gift or a Christmas
No,
gift.
but I think
or
you're
whatever.
supposed to do that though. I think part of being a good boyfriend, husband, being in a relationship is that you're supposed to do that sort of
Yes.
stuff. I think we forget that. I think
And
we're
that-
not
and that's what I was
taught to
gonna
do
say.
that. And I
That's
think
why-
we think that that's bonus. We think like, oh, I did you. Oh, look what I did. No, we're supposed to actually just be doing that.
I came home one day from work and I walked in and there was a Converse box just right there, and the only shoe I wear now is just the black and white low cut Chucks. That's it. And it was a brand
Really?
new pair of that. It's $60. That's it.
Yeah,
But
No
she knew mine were getting a little.
and you aren't going to go buy a new pair.
And I'm not going to go. I'll just let them fall off my feet.
Yes.
No, and again today,
Yes.
my girl
That's a
helped me get
partner right there.
That's what we're talking
new work
about.
boots, right? Work
Right.
boots. We went to Under Armour. We got new tactical work boots. I'm like, wow, you're gonna treat me to this? Why? Because I know you need them, and she definitely do need them. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And I'm here, proud as hell, just carrying.
Get in
stuff
this
my
van.
girl's-
Get in this van.
Proud as her, walking around.
Close
with
those
these
curtains,
bags
girl.
of shoes. Girl. Shoot, you're not getting the baby rep today. You're getting the real rose. Here you go.
Put my boots down. Put my boots down.
I'm dying right now.
Put the
I'm
boots
never
down and
gonna
get in the van.
Get in the van. Get in the Wolf Hunter.
The great.
But Tokes, we have a house. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You don't understand. The thrill is in the hunt.
This your house tonight, baby.
Sometimes at night when things get a little romantic, Tokes takes it from the bedroom to the van. What are you talking about? Let's go to the.
Call him the Teen Wolf, baby. That's what Teen Wolf.
Teen
The
Wolf.
wife is there like, what's going on? How come you
Michael
don't seem
J.
much
Tokes.
into it?
Michael J. Tokes.
You don't seem so into it tonight, Tokes. I need the van. I need the van.
You know what? I'm definitely gonna just buy a new fan, damn it. help the relationship out. Without feeling kind of low.
You might
Get it
you might get
spicy.
roses. A lot more gifts coming your way.
Oh shit.
Do you have like a little fridge in your van too?
There was one, yeah.
I bet there was.
Hey, this guy was serious with this van.
There was the fridge. There was the
Oh,
TV.
the van was why you
There
had
was
no
the-
girlfriend.
there was the N64.
You thought it was gonna get you girlfriends, but it's why you had none.
It looked like a
I was that guy on the bus getting like with 3 girls like, on the bus. Looking at you in your van. Like,
Here
damn,
I am driving
damn.
home by myself.
Yeah, man.
Did you? Was it
I was the guy
actually?
splitting bus tickets, giving here, girl. You can come home with me. You can come home with me. You know.
I was hurting. I was hurting. Not gonna
Taking
lie.
them to Wonderland on the GO train.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm driving there by myself. I got a cold Coke in the fridge. It's all right. Hey, what
Why
is it?
spend all that money on concession? I got Cokes right here.
Look at his own funnel cakes in the back of the van.
Imagine that if funnel cakes in his van.
No, why do you guys give me the visual of Tokes rolling up to the Wonderland entrance, popping open the back door, and putting out the table with the funnel cakes? Oh,
I
you
grew these
guys.
strawberries myself.
This is better.
Single ladies eat for free.
This is better than Hanna-Barbera Land. You remember
Straight
Hanna-Barbera Land?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh,
Yo, speaking of Wonderland, when's the last time you guys went to Wonderland?
I used to work there when I was 18.
Where is
man.
every time?
But I mean,
I
entertain
went
yourself and go with the kids
I
or
I
whatever.
feel like
friends.
last time I went, the last time I might have went was
right
with
before
Cash. No, I think probably with you and Snooze when Snooze used to have the work things.
I
That might be
went
the last time.
after that. I went after that because I took my son and I took my nieces. But that was after, like right before COVID. Like I'd say a year before COVID was the last time I went. Probably.
Did you ride a roller coaster? When's the last
I
time
was
you
right.
rode a roller
I
coaster?
always go for the biggest roller coaster, the newest, biggest.
No,
roller
this is my old age confession. Roller coasters hurt now.
Oh, they hurt me. They hurt me too.
It
They
hurt.
hurt me.
Hurt.
They jerk
They
you
hurt,
around.
they hurt when I was young. They hurt, what do you mean?
No,
I
they
hate
didn't
roller
hurt me when I remember going on the Wild Beast like over and over.
Wow,
And over.
Val de Beast.
I've only rode
Yeah.
that one time. I
But
was
now-
Mindbender hurt me.
Mindbender, those
always
ones.
hurt me.
The bat
always
bat?
hurt me.
The bat was
I
painful.
almost
Bat.
died on the bat, so I don't.
Oh, you know what? Okay, you know what, Cash? But it's a different pain. Like now, I don't even want to
Always
go
hurt.
back on. Like my
Well,
head hurts. I feel nauseous.
I think that's fear, though. Like I think I'm gonna
no,
die on
definitely
roller
not
coaster.
fear for me.
That's
Not
what I
fear
think.
for
I think I'm gonna die. Like if 20 years ago, I think I could get flung off the roller coaster and survive. Right now,
Oh, yeah.
now I
You
think I can
that way.
safely be harnessed the whole ride and die
Exactly.
from like
Of a heart attack. Heart attack.
You know what I mean? I just land like this, arrive like this.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
to me, it's a different. It's a
new
different
fear.
Yeah, it's
Different
like
fear.
a new fear. Like it's a new.
You guys remember Top Gun? Remember Top
Yeah.
Gun?
Oh, I love Top Gun.
When I was
Right.
working there, a
Right.
guy slipped out of his harness and went through about a quarter of it, holding on for his life.
See,
Yeah, I was working there. Yeah.
when I was on the
So
bat,
it can
I think it's a
happen,
joke.
man.
It can happen. When I was on the bat, my first time ever as a kid on the bat. You know how the bat is? You first go forward and then you go backwards, right?
backwards.
So I went forward and then you stay for a second at the top, right?
Mhm.
That second, my harness undid.
No.
Came up.
No.
So now I'm sitting there. And I look at my harness.
Oh my
I look
God.
at the guy next to me.
And you go through the spiral on that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
So I pull down on my harness and I'm holding for my life, B.
You see?
I've also been on Top Gun and had my wallet and phone fly off.
Yeah, I've had that.
Like stuff, and I got it back.
Yeah.
I got both things back.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
used
see,
to.
Phone worked after.
one of the benefits of our modern world is that you could have sued them for that. Now,
Even though it's good. Well, no, it's not technically because the kid
their
should have
fault.
checked.
Yeah,
it's not
should have checked it.
right,
You
so-
could have sued
But
them.
yeah. But you don't think like that. I was like 10 or you know.
Yeah.
So hold
got
on.
the ride
Cash.
Oh, high fives! Like I can't believe that.
Cash, did you
Yeah.
actually get your harness in, or did you hold on? Like, what happened?
No, so okay, so
clicked back.
when you're harnessed, so when it comes up, it comes up as far as the thing would allow it. So it's loose, and I'm skinny, so I could.
Oh yeah, there's a seatbelt thing there.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
so it can
yes,
only
yes,
go
yes,
as high as that, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to hold that, but I couldn't
Oh
get
my
it back in the
God.
thing. So I'm just holding it, and because I'm so small, I'm afraid that I'm just gonna literally
Slip right out.
slid out, right? So like that, I've been on
God.
mine. What is it? Mindbuster,
Mindbuster.
which has no harness. I've almost flew out of that.
It's just a bar, right?
Yeah, it's just a bar. You just hold on, right?
stand out, yeah.
So, and I've been stuck on Skyrider. I've been stuck on I really shouldn't do road.
I've been
Yeah,
stuck
nobody
on-
showed up.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say you're lucky those things all happened to you when you were younger, because now you're in healthy shape.
Now you would have had a heart attack. You would have had a heart attack.
An ambulance to get me off.
I still am afraid because again, like the bat, like my first ride was the bat, and I was scared crapless. I mean, I was like, I could not believe it. And then people,
It's a scary ride.
It is a scary ride.
It's a good starter ride to like.
I didn't realize how much scarier they can be because then you went to the Mindbuster or the Wildebeest. I'm like, that's just the bar. And you see people, I'm like,
Yeah, it's
yo,
old
I'm
school
just-
one.
I'm
Yeah,
just-
it's old
I'm
school.
just-
Wooden. That's what
Wooden.
you know,
It's wooden. That's why. Yeah, it's back and forth.
That's what I mean
Yeah,
about
yeah.
hurting, because it's like it
But I
feels
told
like,
myself,
I'm
and to this
hurt.
day, I have never ridden that ride since. One time. I've only
The
ridden the
Wildebeest?
bat twice, and the Wildebeest.
Do you do drop zone?
Never.
You seem like a man that wouldn't do drop zone.
I did drop zone one
One
time.
time.
Yeah,
And
you
when I
guys
got
don't do drop
down,
zone.
when I got down, there's a picture of me kissing the ground. And I said, I'm never leaving the ground again.
I love
There's
drop
no
zone.
entertainment in being so high. In Vaughan, I could see my house in
In
Brampton.
Vaughan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can literally see your house. You can literally
There's
see
no
your house.
entertainment. And
Okay.
worse than that, not only can you see it, you could probably take a good 30-second movie video of it because you're up there.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part. You're
hate
just
that,
sitting
you know?
up there.
Really?
Oh my
For me,
god,
the worst part is the descent. The descent. I'm fine with going
That's
up.
easy to me. No,
I'm
that's easy to
fine
me.
with
No.
looking
Yeah,
around.
The
When we
descent is quick
start
though.
going down, no, there's a
Oh,
there's like
I'm
a
looking.
when you hear
there's
that
like a
click,
10-second there's a 10
just
second
yep,
and it goes like,
you know, when you're
just
waiting for, you don't know what it
yeah.
is, the little
and that's all you see.
16-year-old guys waiting up there, you know what I mean? And
And
then
you just
zoom,
jam in.
that I don't like. That's the only part.
I'm looking forward to the descent. I'm happy as hell when they do
The
that.
going up doesn't, like I said, the going up doesn't bother me. They're sitting there waiting, and you're looking around. You're seeing ants on the ground. These people are ants. You're seeing your hood right there
No,
across the
that's
ways.
not
I'm like,
for me.
no way.
Now the descent.
Then you just close your eyes, and you don't
Yeah,
hear
but
anything. You don't see
I always
anything.
keep thinking, what if you keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fear.
I
Like,
think
what's
there's
my
one.
fear?
Didn't that happen
is
in some
that?
cartoon or something like that?
There's
Yeah,
there's
what
a
if
video.
you-
There's a
yeah.
video of one in China that goes up and down.
Yeah,
in-
no
Yeah,
thanks,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, no,
That doesn't
you
make
can't
sense.
believe it. Yeah,
That
it
doesn't
goes
make
up,
sense to me.
it comes back down. It
Have
goes
you done
back up.
Superman at Darien Lake? Superman at Darien Lake ain't no
No, I
joke.
never
It
been to
shoots
there.
you
I
like
wanna go there.
you're flying. Like if you're Superman, it shoots you. You know
So
what I
you're
mean?
laying
Like,
Off the tracks?
well, no, it shoots you like if you're gonna. You feel like you're gonna.
Okay.
You know, like fly off, like you're about to,
no.
like, you know. Oh my, that.
No,
I
like,
definitely
alright.
have to do Darien Lake. I have to do that.
Yeah,
the
Darien Lake
best,
is great.
the most fun ride I enjoy was the Days of Thunder one when the video there.
Oh,
You're in
the
the
car,
seat.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was good because I knew I was not going anywhere. I see the screen, the ride is bumping me around, and then it's over. I'll do that again and again and again. That's it. I can't do any rides.
I worked a shift at Drop Zone. We're talking about Drop Zone. When I worked, I was 18 years old, and I couldn't stand I couldn't stand working there anymore. It was at the end of the summer. I had it. It was TLN day, so I don't know if I told the story before. It was TLN day, so everybody was like, "Yeah, this I'm gonna fucking do Drop Zone, all this shit, right?" TLN day. So I go and I do Drop Zone. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with somebody. So they sat down on their seat, and I was the person who checked your harness. So there's just so much attitude that day in Wonderland, I just couldn't handle it. So this guy's like, he brought he encapsulated that attitude. He brought his girl. He's like, yeah, come fucking sit down. We're going to do this Drop Zone. So he sits down. I check his harness. I'm like, yeah, you're good. And then I go and I sit back, give the thumbs up. And so they're going to go up. And I looked him right in the eyes and I go, oh, wait. Like that.
Before you go up?
He was like, ah! Help! Whoosh,
not
and it comes
cool,
down. And,
man.
I said, "Fuck it." No, I didn't care. I was like,
That's
no.
not cool,
I
man.
needed that. I needed that.
That
I needed
man hated
that.
you for life. Life.
Yeah, well,
Your therapy was the next man's trauma.
Karma got me a few different times for that. I know it has. I know it has.
That is mean.
We all
Wow.
did it.
Hey.
But it is what
Speaking
it is.
as the vindictive one, I appreciate it. As uncool
Yeah, I was
as it
gonna
was.
say,
I
as
appreciate
uncool
it.
as Flag thinks it is, yeah, I would have done the same thing he's saying.
Yeah, I
Probably
chased
more
guys
would've
through
too.
Wonderland, everything, man. I chased guys. I worked at Drop Zone. Guy was smoking a cigarette in his.
Oh, that's the story you told.
Yeah, you told us
I
that story.
chased
You
that
told us
guy,
that.
man, right through the
And
whole park.
He came
The
back
thing
with
is-
their supervisor shaking his head.
Everybody who works there are pretty much youth. Like supervisors
Yeah,
are
of course,
youth.
of course.
Everybody sleeping
Who else
with
is
each
gonna do
other.
that
Security is
job?
youth.
Yeah.
Or some very old people close to retirement.
Yeah.
So
I'm
who
like,
else is gonna do those? It's like a McDonald's type job. Who else is gonna do that?
1 year you'll be going there, the next year you could be working there. It's just the same. Like it's just weird how there's no real concrete employees there other than promotional staff. and
Man, that
whatnot.
was a $6.25 an hour.
It's hard to
time,
have
too.
concrete
Remember that?
employees at a seasonal.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a rite of passage too for a lot of Toronto kids into employment. Like that's their first real job. A lot of them.
True.
It's like a
If it's not-
CME.
If it's not
Like
that,
a
it's CME
CME.
or
Like a
McDonald's. You're right.
Blockbuster, like a McDonald's,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
newspaper
yeah.
route. all those
Actually, that's
types.
a lot of people have gone through the Wonderland McDonald's route, and they've actually.
I don't know if
gone
newspaper
into-
routes is a rite of passage anymore. I feel like that's
No,
a
no, back in the day,
Old
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day,
Yeah.
yeah. Like today, newspaper routes are adults. I've
I
never
know.
seen a kid.
Do
do
they
that.
even have a newspaper route? They have that?
I mean, well, it's a van. It's a guy driving in a van. It's an adult. There's no more kids.
There's no more kids
doing.
anymore.
No more
I
But
think
paper
do they?
boys.
I don't even think they don't do door to door newspaper.
They do in my neighborhood.
do
It's
they?
like
Yeah, they do, yeah.
handicap kids though. Like they get walked
Okay.
around and that's
Disabled.
like the job. Disabled. Sorry,
Yeah.
not yeah. Which is
Disabled
nice.
kids.
It gives them something to do. And hey,
And again, it's something. Yeah, you're right. Something for them to do. It's all right.
On Cash's correction there, I want to. Did you guys hear
God.
that they want to that the transgender community is upset with Aretha Franklin's "Natural Woman" song?
Yes.
You guys heard that?
Yes.
Okay, what time is it? I've been there now, right?
Yeah, we
I
did
give
enough.
you-
We did enough.
I give you
We
guys
did enough.
I
I'll leave it
sure.
on that. We can leave it on that.
Nothing I have to say. Nobody just there to say anything about this. You guys can
On top of that,
Like Mama taught you, don't say if you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
listen. My New Year's resolution this year is to limit my interactions with people in order to
save face.
no, not save face, but in order to continue my relationship with them. Yeah. So you have to limit.
No, that makes
You have
sense.
to limit. You have to limit your
It does make
interaction
sense.
with certain people. I was explaining that to someone. I was like, you have to limit if you want to remain friends with certain people, especially when you get older, because people change, and you sometimes have to limit. You know how often you see them. In order, so when you do see them, it's you need to when you see them, it's still just that freshness as opposed to it, being stale now. Right?
True.
You can't spend every hour of your life with anybody. I don't care if you live with them. You need a break from everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a
agree.
break from each other.
Yeah.
However long it is or short it is, you definitely need a break.
I agree. This was my break. I have to go face the music. All good.
We're back to real life, baby.
Back to reality right now.
Gotta gas up the van.
You better not let your girl hear you
back on the
say
prowl.
this was your break.
Don't worry. She'll
let her
tell me
hear that.
later. Don't worry. She'll let me know later on. It's a fact. I'll be on the
Toast's girl sitting right next to him. Toast's girl sitting right next to him. This guy's girl sitting right next to him. Like,
okay. On the real. Hold on.
That exact look. That exact
look. On the real though.
Baby, can I log off now? Baby, can I log off?
Wait.
Baby, can I log off?
With your significant other, when you did have one or currently have one, how much bed space do they take up?
That's a good one.
I was just wondering because again, there's always a divide, right? But I mean,
You said all the bed space.
The man says all.
I get like 20% bed space my whole life.
So you're curled up in the corner of the bed.
Whether it's no, my thing is you can have all the space you want. I'm a blanket whore. I'm taking all the blanket. Yeah, that's I'm willing to give space up for the blanket.
That's what my lady says I am too. Like she always take all the blanket.
You're a blanket or too?
Yes. Give me some blanket or love, baby.
I do it by mistake. I just twist and turn, and then at the end of the night, I have all the blankets.
So you're a mummy. You're a mummy. You wrap yourself up in the blanket.
Yeah. It's a comfort thing. And even in the summer, I'll have the warmest blanket, and I'll be just in there, almost like just in a cocoon, just chilling.
Most ideal situation is for her to have her own blanket.
Well, that's what I do. I have 3 blankets like on the bed.
That's the
You know
most
what I mean? Like
How many
6
pillows?
pillows. Yeah.
No, that's too much. That's too much pillows.
I just
2
need
pillows, and I only need one. I have 2 because I might roll to that side.
Man, speaking of pillows, the moment that you upgrade and actually spend a little bit of money on a good pillow,
mattress,
what a diff, and a mattress. We just did that before our baby boy was born.
Memory foam mattress, baby.
Really?
Memory foam mattress.
Really?
Memory foam mattress. Get a memory foam mattress. Like
memory foam
changes your life.
Spend like $1,500 on a mattress, and I know you're gonna
yes,
be like,
sir.
on a mattress, $1,500 on a mattress. No,
Yeah.
do it. Memory foam mattresses are the greatest thing. You'll sleep so
I have a
different.
pillow top, not a memory foam.
Yo, get a mattress like that.
That's what Jesus would sleep on.
Yeah. You remember when you were a kid and you heard about waterbeds and you thought of what a waterbed would be like, and then you actually did it and you're like, oh, this sucks. Right? But the imagination of what you thought a waterbed would be like,
that's what a
memory foam.
That's what a memory foam is.
I don't know about the
Okay.
1500, but I believe everything you said.
Amazon has it on
Well,
deal.
I'm sure
on
it's
deal.
cheaper
Cheaper
now.
now,
My
yeah.
my price was
Yeah.
from like 10 years ago. Like I need a new one.
Oh,
No,
oh,
it's
yeah,
it's still
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know what it is
yeah.
today.
Still up there?
Yeah.
I would say it's probably about 8 bills. About 8
You're
bills,
you're
maybe.
you're
something.
you're
No,
rocking
more
a,
than that.
a queen. Is
Oh.
is that the norm now? The queen size bed is the
King,
norm.
king,
Yeah.
I like
king.
Queen, man. I'm a Queen man. I like Queen. King is a little too
I'm a
big.
king. I'm a
But
king
yeah,
man too.
I'm a Queen
Even
man.
though I
Yes.
currently have a queen, I would rather a king.
Yeah.
See, that seems.
Wait till your
very-
kids start sleeping in your bed,
Well,
Tokes. Like
and that's the thing. I see
oh,
that happening. So
that's
I'm like, there's no room.
yeah,
There's no
like
room. So I was
that's
honestly
the
looking into the
worst.
king. I'm like, man. But then I look
Yeah.
at the king and I see the dimensions. I'm like, that's a lot of space.
No, but there's something to be said. You guys are gonna think I'm weird, but there's something to be said about touching each other.
Yeah.
Like
Positively?
yeah. I don't even know what you mean by that.
Well, you said there's something to be said. I don't know what
Yeah,
to be
so
said.
like for instance, if you watch like the movie that I like to reference is The Croods. You ever watch the movie The Croods?
Yes, yes, the
they're
cartoon.
cavemen, right? The cartoons,
Yes.
right? And they have a sleep pile, and they all sleep together in a pile.
Yes, on top.
And why that's important? Yeah, why that's important is because there's something to be said about physical contact. Like I know my son, he needs to touch us. Like he needs to. Like he could be sleeping on the opposite end of the bed, but like his toe has to be touching my leg or something, or his arm has to be touching something. There always needs to be some sort of part of us that has to be physically touching each other. So the bigger bed to me takes away from that. That's why I like a queen, because you still have space. But when you're all together and there's you're all touching, there's something about that physical warmth, that contact, that you know what I mean. There's something.
That's why I said that, because some people don't like to touch and sleep.
Yeah,
Some people actually don't like to be touched.
My daughter gets upset going to bed alone. She always wants someone by her, and I'm like, you got to understand, you have to sleep in your own bed. We got your bed, but yeah, I'd rather sleep beside you. I sleep beside you. I'm like,
makes sense.
And now when you're saying this, I'm like, okay, because I can be just by her side, and she'd be touching me, just holding my arm, my hand, and my arm.
She's safe. She feels safe.
Yeah,
I was about to say, when are you the most vulnerable?
Yeah,
when you're sleeping.
When you're sleeping. So yeah, because she'll be.
So imagine what a kid is feeling. Like I'm not gonna be able to see nothing, hear nothing.
Yeah.
I'm
my
going
son
into depths of darkness without no protection.
I don't know if you know who Huggy Wuggy is. I don't know who Huggy Wuggy is.
I know.
Right?
Yo, my dad had a Huggy Wuggy party.
Yeah, Huggy Wuggy's ugly as hell. Ugly as sin. And my son, yeah. So my son for like a month was like, I'm having nightmares about Huggy Wuggy. Like, I'm like, yeah, like
I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh.
That's what you get. No, I laughed at him. I'm like, that's what you get for watching that ugly thing. Like it looks
Huggy
like
Wuggy.
I've never even seen Huggy Wuggy.
You haven't seen
it? Looks like
Huggy
Cookie
Wuggy?
Monster. You have a picture of it? It looks like Cookie
This is
Monster.
hilarious.
I will bring up Huggy Wuggy.
With big lips.
Huggy
Like,
Wuggy.
it looks weird. Like
This sounds like a C-rated horror film.
Yeah,
it
Like,
is.
you know,
It is.
a killer puppet.
It's like that. It's seriously like that. It's seriously something like that. When you see it, you're like, you should be watching this.
Huggy Wuggy.
You know what I mean? I think it sounds like that too. I think it sounds like that.
Is it purple?
It's
Is
blue.
it purple?
Let me bring it to you.
He looks like Cookie Monster with big
He
lips.
sounds purple.
Like it's like Cookie Monster with big lips. Or something
Huggy
like that.
Wuggy. There he is.
Damn.
Yeah, look at that.
Nah, bro, that's not a kid's
That's
thing.
nightmare. That's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's not
Kids
cool.
thing, bro.
Listen, bro.
Huggy. There's a
look at that.
song. There's a game. Everything.
Yeah,
My daughter.
That's not a kid's thing.
That's a kid's
How is this a
thing,
kid's
dude.
thing?
That's
That's
the
what I'm trying to
thing.
tell you.
Kids are. That's
That's
what's
a
wrong with the internet, because that's what they're pushing
That's
right
a
now.
kid's
Oh, that's
thing.
this is an internet thing. Huggy Wuggy's an internet.
He's
thing?
huge though. He's huge. He started on the internet, I think.
Yeah, and then they
Oh.
brought
Now
it
it's
up as a thing.
mainstream. Right?
So
Now
now,
it's
if you look up Poppy's Playtime, that's where they amalgamated him.
Yes.
They have all these other people
Yes.
in there.
Oh,
Yes.
poppies are involved. It's a drug-inducing situation.
Right?
So
But
there's a whole bunch of things, and that's where you get all these weird characters. Same with
Yeah.
remember that game
Friday
Five
Night
Nights
at
at
Freddy's.
Yeah,
Freddy's. That's the
Now
first
they
time I
have
used to
Freddy
see stuff like that.
Fazbear as a
Yeah.
character, and he used to be
Yeah.
the scariest thing out there. Now he's this lovable, huggable thing that's
Yeah.
out there. It's
That's
just
what
weird.
so I'm like,
Kids
that's
things are out there like this.
These are
it's weird.
kids content
Drugs
for
and
kids. But
psychosis.
If you
You know what I
take
mean?
the time and look at kids things like Sonic, and they've made them evil, evil
Yeah,
evil
that's not
Sonic,
cool.
and you have the Huggy Wuggies and the Freddy Fazbears and Cartoon Cat and Siren Head and all these things. They've turned things that are nice and happy and joyful into evil things for kids to watch on the internet. I'm telling you,
On
you need
that
to put my
note, though, I
daughter
just
on
saw
it.
that Super Mario movie trailer, and I actually really want to watch it.
Man,
I
did you?
actually
Oh,
really want to see it.
the
It
accent is
looks
horrible,
good
though.
except in the
Oh,
voice,
the
except for
accent,
Chris
yeah.
Pratt's voice.
If they needed
Everything
Except
else
for
is
what?
good.
Chris
Except
Pratt's
for
Chris Pratt's
which?
voice.
Chris Pratt shouldn't be Mario.
Mario's voice. Mario's
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
That's it.
This is
If
like the
it-
Sonic eyebrow thing. You're gonna be like,
That's
I don't care. The
I don't
players are
really
gonna be
care,
like, it
but
doesn't say. Yeah, like
but
I don't
again,
really care, but I get it.
but yeah, because again, they said they were going to use the
Because if
original
they got
guy.
a real Italian voice, there's so
they
it's
did.
gonna complain
So
about
if you
that.
look at
Did you say Italian or Italian?
I said E. I said E.
Yeah.
I don't know,
But if you look at the
just fucking with you. I'm
Italian,
just fucking with you.
the Italian dub of it, they have an actual Italian, like an Italian guy doing
Oh, so
Mario
they
voice,
have the voiceover?
and that is amazing. Like I think there's a
Yeah.
petition. I think there's a petition for him to do the American one.
There's nobody complaining about that. Like nobody saying
They
it's
said
stereotypical and
They kept on saying they need the
You know what I mean?
original. And they kept everybody stopped on saying they needed the original guy. But the original
Right,
guy's like
so-
70 years old.
Yeah, he can't do it.
He can't do it for very long
And the
anymore.
original
Senile
guy
old
isn't.
dude.
Mario's not a character that spoke. So
Right.
That's
really
true.
Mario, really
just-
Mario's. It's in our head what Mario sounds like.
Right.
Right? It's not. There's no definite voice of Mario. We have
that's a
elaborated
trip.
sounds into a
Unless
voice. in
you
our head.
unless you used to
Right.
watch the show with
So
Captain
that's
Lou
where it
Albano.
really doesn't matter.
Well, yeah.
'cause now there's no
Yo,
point
let's
of
do an
reference.
experiment. Let's do an experiment right now. Tokes.
Oh, this shit's
And we'll go
bad.
down the line. Tokes, how did Mario sound in your head growing up? Just say, hi, I'm Mario. How did he sound in your head? Go.
Hi, it's me, Mario.
Okay.
That's
Omar,
what I remember.
Omar, are you?
Yeah, pretty much that. Mario.
Yeah.
Pretty much that. Pretty much that.
He's-
Cash,
he's-
you.
He's clowning us right now.
Same thing. Like it's me, Mario. You know what I mean? Like,
This guy's
So wait, hold on. We all said this the same exact way. He never said that in the show. He said that in the game or something.
But he didn't, though.
He
No,
never-
he
he
never
never spoke.
he
Never said any
Never
words.
spoke. I don't think he did.
until the
he said little phrases.
commercial.
Later
That's what I'm
on.
saying.
Later on. Yeah,
I thought he
later
just
on.
laughed. He just went,
And
haha. didn't he?
Mario, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe
Yeah, I
it
feel
wasn't
like he
until the
said something.
third or fourth game till he actually started doing
I-
phrases, which was when they did the movie. Remember when they did that movie with Fred Savage?
I was
It was
gonna
Super
say,
Mario,
yes.
Mario Brothers
Yeah.
3 or
Terrible.
something.
Yeah.
That shit
Wonder
was
I
Boy.
think
What
that's
Wonder?
when-
Wonder
something.
Glove, whatever.
Um,
Power Glove or
But I
something
think
like
that's
that.
when we got
Oh,
phrases
Wonder
from
Kid.
him.
Wonder
was
Kid. Wonder
terrible.
Kid. Wonder Kid.
But before that, he's just really just noises, right? It's really
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
little noises that he can make, right? But
Yeah.
we as we read the
made-
text, we
we
made
came up with our own
voices.
voice.
Yeah, you're right. I
Speaking
think
There's
of-
no right word.
Did
It's
you
just
know
interesting
that?
that we all made up the same voice? That's
Well,
the
because we go
interesting part.
Italian. We
Yeah.
go Italian, even though.
But the high pitch, all
Yeah.
of that, like everything.
Yeah,
was
but that's
on-
years of
commercial.
us. That's years of commercials. That's years
Yeah.
of like
Mm.
posts
Coffee
that there was.
shops.
We had the live action show, which a lot of us then
Yeah.
took as how Mario should sound too. Right?
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
And then we had cartoons after. So then that
Right.
implanted us in. So now when we say there's a voice to Mario, we're carrying all that with us. Chris
Yeah.
Pratt can never
No,
live up
but you
to
know
that.
they just that's a money move.
You know what
Yeah.
works,
Yeah.
for instance, the guy who does Toad. Toad is amazing. I love the guy that did
Toad.
Toad. Why does that work? Because we really have no framework
Oh, he's
for Toad.
sarcastic. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he has
yeah.
more
Right.
liberty of what he can do with Toad.
That's
Right?
true.
While
Yeah,
Chris Pratt is stuck to this whatever we each think
Yeah.
Mario should
You're
be.
right. You're right.
yeah.
You know,
It
there's
was
a community out there that they're called speedrunners, and I nerded out. I didn't
Yeah.
know about this, and I watched a
Yeah.
documentary on it. That guys that take the old school games we used to play, like
They know
Mario
every-
3, Mario
they
1,
know
and they'll
every-
run
yeah.
this game in like
In
8
like-
minutes.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I didn't know that. I didn't know there
I
was
could see
like
that.
They make
speedrunners,
bank-
and they make
bank
tons
on
of
it.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
World's
Some
records
Rubik's
on out
Cube
there.
Like
type of way, I could
no,
see that.
like Mario 3, they'll get it done
Mario-
in like
They'll do the
40
weird
minutes.
ones. Dungeons and Dragons and things like that.
But
Yeah.
it's
Mario
more
3.
it's memory, right? It's
Yeah.
about pressing press left,
Yeah,
press
you're
jump
just
at this
training
point,
yourself.
slide, jump twice.
Unreal,
Reverse
yeah.
dash. Dude. It's literally just memory. Like it's
Yeah.
boom, boom,
It's really
You guys
boom.
are
yeah.
wild,
You could
man.
probably do it blindfolded.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, a whole
Yeah.
big community. Yeah.
Because
There's a
you-
community for everything.
That's
There's a
true.
community for everything.
Right now, the controversy in
you
video
can think
games
of.
is they just released the Harry Potter game, and that has
Yeah.
people going
That's-
crazy.
that's
Well,
one
the
Because
thing.
church-
apparently, if you watch, you play this
You buy
game,
it.
you're
You're
homophobe, but
transphobic.
you're
You're
everything. You're everything
Because-
if you buy this. You play this game.
What's your face? The one who wrote the Harry Potter books?
Yeah,
What
the writer.
J.K. Rowling or whatever her name is? She denounced transgenders So anybody who supports her or her movies, her stories, or the game is a transphobe.
That's
What they
crazy.
say. I'm like,
It's
really?
crazy.
Oh, that's what's going on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
craze right now.
Crazy.
You'll see
Crazy.
if I go
You know
on
what's
Twitch
funny?
right now.
You know what's funny?
You'll
All
see
those people
people.
saying that 10 years ago were reading Harry Potter, and Harry
Of
Potter
course,
allowed them to
they're
feel
fans.
comfortable,
Yeah,
comfortable and
to be
dress a certain
different.
way
Yeah,
and
yeah,
be
because I'm
different.
different.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I guess this is my part where I
Weird.
say I have nothing to say about that.
Yeah, I know. I have a mute button.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
Well,
almost
as
dumber than
long
the
as certain
natural woman thing.
as long
That's
as
up
certain
there. It's
organizations
up
don't
there.
remember that. Look at that,
That's
Starbucks,
my
just like
baby
that.
girl. See
Boom.
that's the gifts we were talking about earlier. You see that?
Wonderful, 100%.
Hey, Luna!
That's my baby girl. Yeah, she lost her teeth. Look at show your teeth.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice. It's a beautiful time.
It is.
Oh.
It
It's
is.
never growing back. You're never going back. You're gonna have a gap there
It's
forever.
Why don't you say hi right to the mic? Say hi.
See, what's that guy? The Woogie Woogie? What's his name?
Huggy
Woogie Woogie?
Wuggy.
No, she's
That's
not.
what Cash is doing. Woogie
Yeah,
Woogie.
yeah. She's not going to be
He's the
introduced to the
bad
boogie woogie.
Yeah.
Can you go get mom to eat this up?
You know what's funny? My son spawns me in. Speaking of video games and Huggy Wuggy, in order to get out of his nightmares, he spawns me into his dreams,
What?
and I appear and I fight
dope.
beside him. Guy,
That's
you want to
dope.
talk about dope? Yo,
That's very dope.
when he told me that,
There
yo,
it is.
I would have
That's
wanted like,
amazing.
yo, we're gonna Popeyes. What do you want me to do?
Spawns
We're
me
gonna
in.
Popeyes. Like, what do you want today? Like that's
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm your hero.
I was like, yo, like
You are now
spawned me
Megazord.
in.
You're
And he's
a
like,
Megazord.
So I really am your hero.
yeah, like,
basically
that,
like
So
that.
what do you-
that's awesome.
You got what?
That's
Maybe
amazing.
like 10 more years before it totally
You
changes
realize
you
that,
being
yeah.
the
Yeah,
ass that I hate. Yeah.
10. I don't even know about 10 years. Maybe like 6 years.
Maybe 6 somewhere.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
But then he
That
comes
is
back. It goes, it goes
Yeah,
up
it's
and
like-
down.
It goes in waves. It goes in
Yeah.
waves. When he needs money for a car, he's gonna say, "Yo,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
right
yeah,
near me,
yeah.
Dad. I love you. Can you help me out?"
Yeah.
Or
When I was a
appreciates
kid-
after when he realizes what it took for you to do all you did for him. That's when they come back.
When I was a kid, though, I used to do commercials. Which is weird as hell. But my dreams used to have commercials
Commercial breaks in your dreams,
in my
bro?
dreams, and that's how I used to get out of.
That's
bad
too much
situations.
TV.
I would,
Yeah.
yeah. Because when I came to Canada,
I don't even remember that.
TV in Guyana was like we had a TV, but we had 8
One channel.
right? And we had maybe 4 channels. It wasn't that bad.
Community
It was in Jamaica.
TV,
It was in Jamaica. It was a guy.
You're right, because Jamaica had 5. You're right.
Yeah,
You had 5.
we had 4 channels, right? We had 4 channels, right? And, I'm not going to front. I'm not going to say we had 6 to hit you. No, we had 4.
No.
And,
Let's be really
I only remember one, but that's probably because that was the only one that I
It's the only
like.
one that's
that you cared
the one
about.
you
Like,
liked.
When I
only
was
cared about
there,
that channel. Right? But so when we came here, we had
Sounds
so
like Northern
many channels.
Ontario. I can relate. We had like 2 channels and they're from Traverse City.
so TV was like overwhelming when I was a kid. Like it was like overwhelming. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
Wow.
RoboCop was a thing. That's why I loved RoboCop as a kid, because I used to turn into RoboCop in my dreams and bust ass as RoboCop.
It's so true when you're a kid, right? Your daydreaming could just send you to
Yeah,
other worlds.
just-
Like
yeah, just sends
I
you
used to take those old iron hangers and pull it so it'd be a
Pull them-
circle, jam it into the top of my door, and that was my basketball net. And I would just go
Yeah,
and roll
yeah.
up a sock and I'd go into another world.
That same
I
that same
miss
iron
that
hanger,
shit, man. I
that
can't
same
lie.
iron hanger was my bow and arrow type of thing.
Yeah,
I was using
yeah,
that. Boom.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
yo, I'm a
Or my
superstar.
rifle, or my
Turn it to anything you want. Again,
anything.
imagination as a kid was amazing, and it still is amazing for most. But we downplay it now and make them and restrict them to what we have, like what we give them to do. Like they can't be free to.
Yeah, do you guys
what they
think,
want.
are your kids as creative as you think you were when you were a kid?
I
Do
just
you
came
see it?
this from the mall with my daughter. She was going off about everything. I'm like, okay, sure. And you don't want to say no, that's not right. Sure, think what you want.
They're just
Again.
as creative. Kids
I think
are
they're just as
kids.
creative.
Man,
It's
yeah.
just in a different way. Like I used
Different
to
way,
think
that's
that-
good.
I think my son wasn't. I would be like, you need to draw more. He does draw. He does all that stuff, but he programs. I think the creativity comes in his programming. Well,
Right,
like he'll
right.
like we said, I used to play
New
Mario,
world.
right? We would play Mario. My son doesn't play Mario. Like he has all the
makes
Mario
it.
games, but
Makes
he
it.
makes boards and
He
he
is
makes
Mario.
levels and he does that,
crazy.
right?
That's
While I
crazy.
would just be playing level 6 10 times. You know what I mean? He was just level 6 was cool, but I'm gonna add
It's
this and
better.
put this here and this, that, and the third. So I think the creativity is in a different form. And sometimes we don't recognize it. That's all.
You remember
We think
back
it's
in
no
the day?
imagination.
You remember back in the day playing Mario? You'd have one friend over who'd be your cheerleader sitting beside you, just like,
Yeah, just
yeah, do it, go. No, remember how fun that was?
The only thing he still does that,
Especially if you only had one controller and he's
you
Yeah.
have to watch. You have to watch, right? You have to watch. You
Yeah,
can
see,
all
that was
play.
the
You
way.
have to watch.
That was the
But
way.
the only thing he still retains that I used to do is the moving with the. When I was a kid and I used to first play, and I got
The
excited,
controller.
you know, and you'd be like, oh,
Oh, the controller, yeah.
Yo, you're not
like, he does that, and I'm like, don't do that, but yeah. Don't do it, but yeah.
Yo, I'm telling him to go up.
But they don't. You guys haven't experienced imaginary friends and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, she's got 100 brothers and
She
sisters.
has those. Okay.
Oh, man.
Because maybe it's the creativity is the imagination there as well. That's more the imagination.
Do you think that's gonna go away now that she has a brother though?
It better.
Right? Maybe I can see that because she doesn't have a sibling.
Yeah.
I think it was from before that, and now it's just kind of like imprinted and still there, and
That makes sense. Because
it'll
my
go
daughter has a
away.
brother, and there's no imaginary friends. Again, when you have people around you, even not even siblings, but cousins and so forth, playing together, that doesn't come
Don't
unless
need
they're
none
by
of that.
themselves.
Yeah, when they're by themselves, yeah.
That makes sense. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
I can understand that, and it's all normal. It's all normal.
Absolutely, that's just
Nothing,
part of growing
nothing
up.
to be nothing to be afraid. Because again, as much as we know the world is different, growing up is still the same. You just have to kind of monitor what's in their system, what's out. So that's how it is. So
Yeah, like she will not be allowed, and I'll tell her right now, to have a cell phone with Instagram on it until she's 16, 17, 18 years old.
That's not gonna happen, but okay.
facts.
That's not gonna happen, but okay.
I know, but that is at least I'm gonna try.
No
I'm
TikTok.
I'm gonna try.
No TikTok. No TikTok ever.
I can't hear you.
You're on TikTok, aren't you?
Me?
Aren't you? Yeah, aren't you on TikTok?
Yes, but I'm saying kids shouldn't be on TikTok.
Oh, kids. Oh, yeah.
Yes, kids shouldn't be on TikTok. I notice after doing some research, I'm like, TikTok is not for kids. Not for kids.
Oh no, not most things on the internet are not for kids.
True. I mean, they've geared things like it's just Amazon Kids and stuff like that, gearing things where they have certain like Blippi and all those. That's great and all, but
Blippi's awesome. Yeah, Blippi's good.
Yeah, so there's things
I know
that make things
Blippi.
fun for kids, but other than that, like again, Huggy Wuggy. I'm like, what's Huggy Wuggy? When I saw it, I'm like, no way. And she was obsessed with it to a point where if you saw my TikTok, you saw the Huggy Wuggy birthday party. Yep. That's I had to indulge in her lovely fantasy of having a Huggy Wuggy.
And your daughter's young. She's like 4 or 5. Wow.
That's
The Huggy Wuggy thing is disturbing. I'm sorry.
It is. It
That one I
is.
don't know about.
That
gives me Teletubby vibes. Teletubby vibes.
Oh, Teletubby was trippy, wasn't it?
Even back those,
No.
it was weird from the jump for me. Teletubbies.
Remember that? Yeah, it was trippy. It was trippy. They go into that pool, that water, and they.
But hey, man, I grew up on robots and soldiers shooting each other with laser guns. So who am I?
Guys, today's special was trippy. Like,
don't hate on
like,
Jeff.
there's a lot of
Jeff and Jody, man.
the mannequin that turned alive. What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
A talking rat. Like,
Technically, all of them are weird. All of them.
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch is weird, and all these things are weird.
Man, she was watching Alice in Wonderland this morning. The original.
That's
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That is true.
But there's a working theory that it's like a PCP high.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what
Someone did it. Someone made that based on that high. Going down the rabbit hole.
There's a working
theory.
theory.
Yes, that's what I heard. And you can't really.
Smurfs is the shrooms, and
You know what she said when Alice went down the hole? What she said today? Like this is funny. We're saying this. She goes, "Would you be all right with that?" And I was like, yeah, I think I would be. And she goes, I I wouldn't. She's like, oh no, she goes, if I was with you. She goes, if I was with you. That's what you said, right? Yeah, if I was with you, she'd do it.
Obviously, covering the ears isn't working. She can still answer it. All right, folks.
Yeah, we better go.
Yeah, just call it.
Here, man. Again,
Santa
great
Claus.
show. We'll definitely do it again soon, folks. That's it. That's all. We're out of here. Peace.
Bang, bang.
I'm detailing, drawing beats, step on the key, now I'm reselling. African boys, they love to scam.